kills rats for a living? Oh my god! How do you make content as a mega studio cheaper than AI? User-generated content. It's the future. Everybody should be doing this. Maybe we want to tell the story of this guy who's building a commune in the Pacific Northwest. More of a studio, it's a film lot. Just do it! And so that's what I'm doing. I'm gonna get noticed by a studio. At least a 2-camera crew. Shown, not told. Entertainment. On the global stage. This is happening now. I'm in my garage with the knowledge, my Lamborghini, except I have a cat. Do you trust me now? My name is Kendall Martin, and this is my story, as far as I can remember it. I've always been an intense person. It's one of the most common quotes from family members, close friends, everybody in my life. Ken does 110%, 150%, 1000%, goes all in. Always has, probably always will. And I've always dealt with the consequences. Usually it hasn't been too difficult for me, because usually when you have passion and intensity, things happen for you. And only when you get in your own way, or you let other people affect your perspective of who you are, do you start to slow down. And that's something that I've been coming to terms with a lot lately. That's why I'm sweaty right now. I just got done dancing. I'm not a dancer, but it's something that connects me with myself. And maybe I am a dancer, if that's the case. Do I get paid for dancing? No, but this story is not about dancing. It's a story about storytelling. Because if I'm honest, that's where my story actually gets valuable. When I started to learn to tell stories. Identifying stories is something that I do for a living now. And recently I've been thinking about my journey, my experience, my skill set, and what's brought me here, how I've been able to get here, and where I should be going. And I remember early on in my career going through thousands of submissions of videos from awards and pretty much doing it all on my own, and very skillfully being able to, I guess not skillfully, efficiently pick up on certain patterns and recognize whether a video was worth watching all the way through, or whether it had potential and there was some sort of story there. There's a lot of key indicators that I noticed very, very quickly. Like, if there's a lot of effects, crossfades, blur transitions, skip, no story, they're faking it. They're just trying to keep you engaged. So there's not really anything for us to go reach out and say, hey, like, can we get more of your footage? Because maybe there's a story there. No story. Just editing. It's actually how I started out my career. With 30 seconds of footage that I made look like there was potentially more. It was a good trailer, but I used all the best footage. It was good editing. But it got the attention of the right people who wanted that footage because it was captured on their camera. But the thing is, when I made that video with that camera, it was a direct result of reading an AMA from an employee at that company that said, if you want to get noticed by us, use the camera, post footage online, and we'll reach out. We'll notice you. And I said, okay, bet. That night, I went through my footage, found the stuff that was captured by that company, used the hashtag, posted it. Within 12 hours, I had an email with a video producer at the company who a year and a half later was a colleague of mine, and I was working at the company, which was my goal. I did not want to become a content creator. I just wanted to get noticed at the company because I liked the lifestyle and I wanted to work there. And I found a route that didn't require me to go to film school. I picked up a $20 book on Adobe Premiere Pro, read through it, most of it, and then I took some courses online, mostly YouTube tutorials, but it wasn't good enough. As soon as I got hired, they knew I was the least experienced person there. I knew it. But there's nothing like job experience and pressure from the community of creatives that were around me to push me to be better, do more. For me, because I saw what I could be doing. And I got there eventually by watching those people, but I didn't really have the affirmation of my team just for me to get there. I had a couple people who saw that I'd been editing video for 2 months. So there was a couple of others out there who were doing the same thing, so maybe that time when we were all getting hired, everybody knew there was a little bit of chaff in the mix. But that's how I got stuck, searching for stories, thousands of videos. Instead of getting the best projects, initially I was just going through awards videos, thousands of them. And I worked closely with the team that was doing the awards program, and I learned some things. So my next job, I used those things that I learned. They didn't know anything about user-generated content or awards or influencers. It was a tech company. I was the first marketing hire. My background in photography and film, it blew their mind. But for me, I had given up on that route, that path to success. Photography, film, that was just a hobby. But to this company, I was a generalist, an amazing generalist that could do 10x what a normal marketing generalist can do. So I can do what the creative team can do. I can use Photoshop, Premiere Pro, shoot full videos. Most of my friends can do that, though. Well, maybe not. I don't know. Somebody recently told me that I say that a lot. That anybody can learn to do it, which is, true, but not everybody does it. But I do know a lot of people who have done things like that, so I don't know. So now, my current job, I'm doing the same thing. Searching for stories. And the people that we find, they never know what we're looking for in terms of the story. They always have it, but they never know they have it. And as soon as they know, as soon as we find them the first time, they lather us with love of content and videos and photos from their libraries and stories about use cases and scenarios of success stories, and we just love that as marketers, right? But what about those people who, they're not content creators, they're customers who just posted once on LinkedIn and they got noticed? Or me, who just like is reading Reddit AMAs looking for insider tips. Because not everybody's doing that. They're looking at Indeed.com. But the moral of the story is, I keep using that word because it is the theme of this film, story film, documentary film, video, theme of the video. Lately, I've been trying to get my friends who are artists, creatives. I feel like Gary Vee all of a sudden. Except I'm not telling people to post on Instagram. That's what they think they should be doing. They keep telling me, yeah, I want to pursue this artistic pursuit, painting, dancing, what have you. And I'm like, yeah, you should, because like I consider myself to have some artistic taste, and you got what it takes. You just like also have a day job, and you also have a lot of other passionate pursuits, friendships, things like that, where like if you focused in, yeah, you could definitely make this a thing. And if you had a community support, like I've been there, done that. I've seen success with a community, as just like an Instagram community as a photographer. Which leads me back into the, I guess I won't go back. I won't do the circular, I'll stay on the Gary Vee topic of, I feel like I'm Gary Vee, not telling people to post on Instagram, but telling them they need to be posting long-form content of just them doing life or their creative hobbies. Just like set up a camera. And you don't always have to publish it, but like when something interesting happens, like if you're a ceramicist and your pot folds in on itself while you're making it and it seems like it's a disaster, but you realize, oh, that's kind of cool. Maybe I'll make that into, maybe that'll be the actual idea. It's kind of like organic. Let's lean into that. And then you can show what it looks like at the end. And you can show the story of beginning, middle, end. And you didn't have to think about it. You just always have the camera rolling, and then it overrides on the SD card if nothing interesting happens, which someone always does. And you always go, damn, I should have recorded it. At least that's how the people that do actually set up cameras, that's how we think. Because like there's a lot of people that I know who have never set up a tripod and just hit record, and never just raw take publish that, or never talked on camera like this and just publish that. Never. But they talk about doing it all the time. And I used to be one of those people, not because I wanted to do it, but because I'm a content strategist, I'm a storyteller, it's what I do for my day job, and now I see the opportunity where everything is a copy of a Disney Storytell from 1990. Like, we haven't had new stories since like VHS, basically, you know? Like, people are thinking that ChatGPT is like just becoming a thing right now, but it's like people that are at the like billion-dollar company level now have access to ChatGPT, but like governments and megacorps that are just controlling everything, they've been using this for years, guys. Like, this is not new. What I'm doing right now, nobody's doing this, and we have to be doing this, right? If you're with me, just do it. I don't need you to I'm just pulling all the cliche. Just do it! Do it! What is it? Just do it! I think, is that what he was talking about? Because like at a certain point, like 31 years old, almost 32, I'm like, dude, you know all the things that are gonna work for all of your friends, and they keep telling you they're trying to post reels. Okay, real talk. You know when I talked about how things that I look for in stories, transitions, 8-second videos, 15-second videos? Yeah, sorry guys, no story. I'm sorry. If you have a story, you're gonna try, and I'll know within the first second. Oh my god, it's a kitten that like was frozen in the cold, and oh my god, it came to life at the 8 second. There must be footage, more footage there. But dude, like vacation montage, quick cuts, no story. Okay, so what's the point? Yeah, engagement, likes, shares, algorithm, capitalism, sucking your brain, telling you that your art belongs on a feed so that they can put ads that you are going to consume as the artist, looking for inspiration as an artist. Okay, that's great. That's a great tool, but like also, what are you getting out of it? And I'm here to tell you what you can do to get something out of it, because I'm the person that has both gotten something out of it by being open with what I have on my hard drives and just putting it out there, getting noticed within 12 hours, and then changing my career. From then on out, I was a video editor at a media company with 150 people. And it started my career, and once it was on my resume, boom. Like any other company in Silicon Valley was going to be like, yep, we know that name. We see that logo all the time. And did I fake it till I made it? Kind of. But also, the AMA said to do that, and I did it right away. Because I was actually researching how to get noticed by that company. And I found that AMA. And that's what I'm doing right now. Except what I'm doing right now is not only getting noticed for my storytelling ability and my story, because I know that there's people out there looking for authentic, real stories, and it's not, because I'm using this camera. It's because I've set my life up to tell interesting and find interesting stories, because that's how my brain works. That's why I'm in the career that I'm in. And the people around me, I'm like, oh man, like, it's just like, I can't film all the time, but I need a crew. I need at least a 2-camera crew to be filming what's going on and what I have planned for my life. And so that's what I'm doing. I'm gonna get noticed by a studio by posting these 20-minute long videos of me like dancing and like talking to people. Because what does when you apply for Survivor, what do they ask for, right? They give you name and information and form, whatever. 2-minute video of you talking. Or they used to do, I think, back early internet days, they did submit a montage video of you and who you are. Yeah, I don't think they ask for that anymore. Now they go stand in front of the camera and answer these 5 questions about who you are, because we really just need to know what type of person you are, and we'll just slide you into the story where you fit, because it's pretty easy to read people if you're authentic and real. But the thing is, guys, what shows do you see these really authentic, real people in? Not really Netflix. Alone. Like, there's one like reality show where the people are real. Every other show is an influencer, guys. Every other show is an influencer or somebody who's famous for being on reality shows. So are we getting real stories, or are we getting people who want follow? Like, we all know this, right? Like, this is not just my brain picking up these things and saying, okay, another influencer? I mean, the funny drama, haha, they're like here to stir stuff up. That's great. But like, don't you think that producers sometimes are looking for the story of a painter or a dancer that's real, and that they're like, maybe there's like opportunity for the next wave of content after this AI drop off of just like inauthenticity and just garbage repeated over and over again. You know, I'm looking at Ron Howard, I'm looking at Imagine Entertainment. Dude, they are sourcing stories from the people, right? That's what they're doing right now. They have ads out there looking for submit your story, submit your film, doesn't matter the format, 0 to 30 minutes. I mean, like 1 to 30 minutes. I don't know. Guys, I hate that I'm saying guys because it makes me sound like a YouTuber. This is just for my friends. Because I've been having this conversation over and over again. Everybody says they want to be doing this. They don't know what format, they don't know how to do the top 10 best things video, they don't want to do it, and then it feels inauthentic because they're not, yeah, guys. Nobody wants to see that anymore. Nobody's looking for top 10 videos. Nobody's looking for it on the like consumer audience side. Nobody's looking for it on the studio TV broadcast side when they're looking for a story. If you want to tell your story, you gotta be different. You gotta be authentic. You gotta get noticed actually for being authentic now. That's the niche that I've been trying to get people like, oh yeah, you do yoga, you do meditation, you do sound healing. Make your niche being authentic, because that's the only thing that stands out right now. Right? I mean, you can be in the sub niche of yoga, healing, and meditation, but you cannot just be in the niche of yoga and meditation. Like, that's not refined enough. You need to be so authentic and real that people actually connect with you online or in your content like this as if they were standing right in front of you and listening to you talk. Which this is actually how most of my conversations over the phone or in person with my friends have gone. And it's nice because they don't have to interrupt me. I just can tell you guys my message, which maybe you're not comfortable doing this, but you could also just do something different. You know, record yourself out in the woods, roaming around. And then you put some lo-fi YouTube stock music on it, and you run it on loop for 8 hours, and then you got a sleepy time video that you can post to your channel that you can fall asleep to, probably because it's nice and soothing and you made it and you like it. That's kind of number one priority, but like, it also links to your website in the description. And so not only did you get to go outside and just wander around in the woods, and all it took was setting up a tripod and then hitting record, and then whether you're in the shot or you're not, like, you're still creating an ad for your business that like actually people will use and enjoy and fall asleep to and maybe start getting addicted to and use every single night. And then you have monetization and ad rev and like merchandise, and like all that happens just because you posted that one video where you got some affirmation for posting a video and somebody asked for more, and then that one got noticed by somebody who mattered to you. Do you get where I'm going with this? Because maybe people won't get where I'm going with this until it happens again for me. And I've been saying to people that the reason I'm starting to talk more about this now that I'm doing it again is that the last time I did this, I was really taking advantage of the community and not giving back to them. Didn't think about it at the time, but now I stepped on so many people to just get noticed by people that didn't matter. Now I know, after that experience, learning that social media doesn't matter, learning that stepping on people to get up and collaborate, to use them for their following, is not the way to use community. Collaboration and community and affirmation and support, yes, you need that, because you can access your creative expression and be who you are when you feel comfortable being around people who are creating or interested in just talking about the same things that you are. And that's why, a lot of times people think finding yourself is like finding your tribe. Usually you have to find yourself to find out actually where your tribe is. Most people who hear, find yourself, they haven't found themselves, so they just go, find a hobby? I don't know, there's a lot of hobbies. Yeah, well, I have had a lot of hobbies. And recently I figured out what it means to find yourself. And that's just cutting out the voice inside your head that is coming from anybody else out there saying you can't do something, or you look silly or dumb, or you can't do that. Because there's obviously, if it's in your head, there's no original idea. There's no copy. Or there's no original, everything is a copy. If you think it, somebody else has done it. So you can do it. And you can do your flavor. That's the only thing that you can do differently. And you know what? Nobody else can do your flavor. So you gotta put it out there. Even if you don't think, I'm not a content creator, I'm not of this, I'm not of that, but I want to do long form content because it supports my business goals, and I also think that it would be good and fun to do with my friends. And it's okay, well, those are all things coming from inside you, not from external factors or external forces, right? If you actually want to sit down and record your conversations with your friends and that become something that supports your business or your art program, people are really seeking out stories and lessons that are shown and not just told via a top 10, here's how to change your mindset on failure and success and finance. Look guys, when everybody's a YouTuber and a guru, we're at that point where everybody's a financial guru and they're all researching each other's art. Actually, they're not even researching each other's videos. They're watching each other's videos, but they're all researching Forbes articles. That Forbes is looking at Bloomberg and it's a copy of a copy of a copy of a copy of a copy, and it gets to you and it's just entertainment. And the only way it gets to you is if it goes through the filter of algorithms to become entertainment for you. And as an artist, if you're watching this, if you consider yourself an artist, you make things, you want to express yourself, and you're looking at that and saying, I need to make that. I'm here to tell you, please don't. We don't want that. We don't want that. You'll actually make better content for us in the future of entertainment by being authentic, real, and just posting fly on the wall perspective of your interesting life, because everybody has an interesting life to the rest of us who have our own unique perspective on what life is. And when we see somebody who kills rats for a living, we're like, oh my God, we all have to watch because there's so little people that kill rats for a living. How many people do you think are running a yoga meditation business? Probably a lot. How many of them are telling that story raw and authentic, with no cuts, no reels, and 8-second videos? Probably not a lot. But how many people are looking for that? Everybody who's trying to start, we already said there's a lot of people that are doing that. So that must mean there's a lot of people that are wanting to do that. Do you think that like they want the 8-second reels, 15-second reels? Nobody wants it. I've had 20 conversations with people who want to create content, but they are more artists than they are content creators, and they always think, I need to be making reels. I've never found an Instagram reel as a content strategist, user-generated content acquisition specialist. Never really found anything on Instagram reels that was really worth getting. It's all on YouTube. It's all there. It's all transcribed. You can search. Where do you think studio executives are looking for the next big docu-series, an interesting story that they can document live in a format that is, to our brains, unheard of? Because everybody's out there thinking about the next thing. How are we going to differentiate from, well, I don't know. How are we actually, what I think that the bigger question is, let me walk back that statement. They're not trying to differentiate. They're trying to save money. How do you make content as a mega studio cheaper than the AI? User-generated content. I will give you my story, and it'll be cheaper than any story that you've ever produced, because I'm already capturing it. And I'm giving you the outline, and the season arc, and the series arc. All the work's done. Everybody should be doing this, because it's the next biggest opportunity since Instagram 2016 influencer era, where it was just like everybody was popping up because if you just got featured on a feature page or got cozy with somebody who owned a feature page or bought a feature page, you know, if you told them that their personal work was good. This is how I used the community, and like I hate myself for it. I told people, oh, I love your personal work, followed them, and then they would feature my stuff when I would send it to them. Hey, this got really good engagement in the first 10 minutes, 150 likes in the first 2 minutes, you should post it now. They would just do it, because I had a track record of getting good engagement when I said it was going to be a good engagement. And so just use the community in the networking. Guys, how many people are actually doing that right now? Because they don't want to, sorry, I'm scratching my shin. They don't want to look silly asking for things. I never look silly, because early on I learned that it doesn't matter if you get what you want. People actually, you're giving them what they want too. You're giving them a good photo that is proven to get good engagement. They can go, you're not lying, they can go look. And they didn't have to go find it. All they do all day long is look for the next, oh, I gotta post again every 2 hours, every single day. This is 2017 or 18, whatever. I just handed it to them. Good content, good story. Here's the caption. Guys, I do this for a living. I'm looking for these stories. I'm looking for good captions. I'm looking for somebody who I can reach out with to dive deeper, pay them, give them opportunity. I do this all the time. And so I know that they're in every other industry, this is what they're doing, and this is what they're searching for, because we're all struggling to find quality influencers that are actually in our niche. Because like, everybody who's an influencer is just a content creator making the generic best performing niche content on YouTube or on their platform. Adventure content. Like, nobody is looking for adventure content. Nobody's able to monetize it, but it gets good likes and engagement. And so everybody thinks we all just gotta go do that. And it's somehow a career, when it's not. It's not. It's fun. You'll meet people, you'll get likes and engagement, you'll be addicted to the likes and engagement, because the people you'll be hanging out with to collaborate and go on photo missions will also be addicted to the likes and engagement, and eventually your psyche will break. Mine broke within 4 or 5 months. 0 to 60,000 Instagram followers, 3 months, psyche broke, started treating people like garbage because I thought, haha, I've cracked the code, I'm gonna do this forever, nobody else can stop me. People are like, how are you doing this? I was like, post better work, losers. It was because I was in Instagram engagement pods and I had friends within the community who commented on my photos, and I got into a couple of those groups and people liked my photos, so they actually left good comments. But like, I also was not telling them that I was chumming up to feature pages, meanwhile shitting on their work behind their backs, taking advantage of them. That's why I'm making a 40-minute video of me talking, because that's my past. And right now, I've never been as excited about the future of storytelling, like on the global stage, like HBO Max, Amazon Prime, Netflix. The AI pendulum has swung so far that we're all sick of it and tired of it. Everybody thinks they can make better long-form content than any of these studios. Nobody's watching anything on there, I don't think, unless it's just like... It's not me, guys. I hate saying guys, but guys, who's watching anything on Netflix outside of the reality television? It's the future. Netflix figured it out. It's just the issue is that everybody who's getting noticed by Netflix for these shows is a musician, an artist, an influencer, somebody who's on social media. That's the code. Netflix has kind of cracked it. They've found some non-influencers for The Circle and whatever. But like, that's where the opportunity is get noticed by the right people for the right opportunity. So who do you want to get noticed by? You don't need to get noticed by the Instagram algorithm, the feed, the likes, the engagement. If you want to be an actor, if you want to be a dancer, if you want to be a painter, if you want to be a music, anything creative, the path is long-form content, raw, authentic long-form content, so people see your story. Everybody's story is interesting, because every story is unique. Every guitar player's story is different from every other guitar player's story, not because of the guitar playing ability, but because of who that guitar player is and what got them to that ability. That's what we look for in content strategy, in content acquisition. I'm pretty sure that this is happening now. This is like the knowledge. I'm in my garage with the knowledge in my Lamborghini, except for I have a cat. That's it. Do you trust me now? No knowledge, no Lamborghini, just a cat. It's something that doesn't rhyme with hat. I mean cat, because That was unplanned, unscripted. We're at 41 minutes. I think that's everything I wanted to say, because that's everything I've said in Conversations 101 with my friends over the last 2 weeks. I've gotten a lot of crazy looks. I've gotten a lot of... Some people get it. And then the people that have already embraced this as their mindset of, I will do everything in my brain that I can identify as me, my ideas, and if some other voice comes in there and says, don't do that idea, and I can easily identify that that voice is coming from outside of me, looking silly, or from judgment or whatever, if you can shut that voice down immediately and go with your voice, game over. World is yours. You can do anything, because then you teach yourself the positive affirmation cycle of, oh, that's me. This other voice is coming from my judgmental parents or my cousin or like whatever, my church, anywhere. And then eventually, not even very long, that voice never even pops into your head anymore. You never even have to shut it down or recognize it. You just are you, and you found yourself. Welcome. You didn't even look for hobbies. You didn't even look for a friend group. You didn't look for anything. You can't look for it. It will find you. Just cut out everything else. The hardest stuff to cut out. The stuff that's been with you forever. You need to decide whether or not it's you. A lot of times it's not. Because we don't want to be who we were. We want to be changed. At least I do. Maybe not everybody wants to be changed. I think deep down everybody wants to be changed, but maybe that's just projection from me because I've always wanted change. Development. Forward. So maybe that's why I can make 40-minute videos telling other people to go forward, charge forward. Because I've seen the success of charging forward as a creative, as somebody who didn't know what they were going to do coming out of college, had a degree but did not want to go into that field, found a new path, 2-year path instead of a 20-year path to the same place. And I see it all the time now because I made that one jump and I did it early on and I saw success. I was like, okay, that gut feeling where it's like, okay, I see no other future looks to be as interesting and free of holes than this future here. So we're gonna go that way. But I've always kept it to myself. The reasoning for why I was going there. Could have brought people along with me for those rides, and now I want to do that. Like, that's why I'm just creating content. No, I don't want to be a content creator. I want to show people how easy it's going to be to get noticed without being a filmmaker, without being a content creator, without editing. Just showcase who you are, your life. You don't need to have anything to say. But I guarantee when you actually start breaking away all the things that aren't you and start focusing on what is you, you'll have a lot to say. Trust me. I didn't think I had anything to say. Never thought my story was worth telling as a filmmaker until I went through this process. So as soon as it clicks, game over. You know exactly which story to tell, how to tell it. It's kind of like when some of you experience this. You have a TikTok or a reel that goes viral, and then you get a bunch of followers maybe for that one really weird TikTok that went viral. And so what are they there for? More of those? Yeah, you have to start. That's who you are now. You are the algorithm. You have become what your followers have told you are, and you will never be yourself again. As long as you have that profile on the internet, that is who you are. It's happened to me multiple times on multiple profiles where it's like, all right, gotta go. I mean, this is the profile that I posted a French bulldog attacking a broom on. So like, that's my niche. I'm in this world enough in my professional life to know when it's like, game over, time to get out. This isn't my personal TikTok anymore. You know? Just start over. Who cares? Like, you don't need an audience. Robots are searching the web, transcribing this video, seeing what it's about, and telling everybody out there what it's about so they can get inspired on the philosophical views of content creation and success. And like, I don't need to put a fancy title on here because ChatGPT or whatever AI algorithms are already reading what I'm saying as I upload it. I don't need any transitions, crazy editing. That's all I gotta say. This video, I'm not expecting to get a lot of views. None of the videos I'm posting are for views. I want my friends to watch these and maybe see why I'm doing what I'm doing, and they'll get the message. And then, eventually, they'll really get the message when somebody else sees these videos and says, got a budget for a docuseries on following some interesting individuals in like a modern lifestyle in a commune in the Pacific Northwest. Maybe we want to tell the story of this guy who's building a commune in the Pacific Northwest and already capturing it. Alright, well, it's not a commune, it's a society. Okay, it's a collective. What are the other key terms that we need to use? Society, collective, artist, expression, institute of art, school for artists who do good art but do content bad and need just the support of others in the community around them. So like, it's not a commune. Some people will live here, more the studio, a film lot. As soon as somebody sees this video and says, that story is worth telling. Which it is. I've got a pitch deck and a budget request and style guide and everything needed to convince an executive producer that my idea is worth $250 grand for 6 episodes. So if they're out there looking, like, I don't know what keywords that executive producers use, I could probably do some research. Maybe they're saying sexy boy with nice hair with farm and chickens, chicken farmer man who has a jawline and has wrists and finger tattoos and relates to both millennials and Gen Z because of his forever young 31-year-old look, 32 in October. What else can we tell you about the guy who's gonna like keep telling my story here? Because is this a trailer? Like, yeah, they told every blog article you read says starting a YouTube channel, but make a 2-minute trailer so that people know who you are. Dude, I don't need to see a 2-minute trailer to know who you are. Just post authentic content. Because, like, I'm not going to be watching your channel if I know who you are, but nobody's making a channel for, like, somebody who knows them. Like, I just stumble across most of the stuff I watch on YouTube. It's because the robots are so good at reading what I'm saying out of my lips, and it says, hey, everybody who wants to hear garbage about philosophical views on content creation and storytelling and reaching success in mainstream media, I don't think I said that clearly enough for the robots, but I've said it a couple times now. That's how content gets noticed. Not thousands of people, not millions of people. One person needs to see your content, one important person, and then they pass it off to another important person, and that important person says, hey, maybe we should reach out to that person because their story seems kind of interesting. They posted that 15-second reel, but it looked like they touched an elephant that one time. And they go, well, would we actually reach out because we got thousands of people that are clamoring and they all say they have an idea. Can we just go with the guy with the farm and the video that we transcribed and ChatGPT said really aligned with the millennial and the Gen Z demographic of wanting to live a transient, differentiated lifestyle without drives to 9 to 5s? Isn't that what people want to watch now? And that guy's already got like 8 episodes of content written and produced, shot. All he wants is like a tiny production budget to like shoot an actual show. That'll be better than fucking Rick and Morty in its current state now, so... Am I missing something? Like, where... Is there a better place to just put this out there into the world than this platform right here? The Google platform that like prioritizes video over every ad and website? Just says, hey, no, don't. You search for how to milk a chicken? Yeah, don't go to this blog. It's real long and detailed and full of SEO keywords. Just watch this video. It's real long and detailed and full of SEO keywords. That's why I'm saying make content that's long. Doesn't have to be full of SEO key terms, but make sure the robots know what you're making, because not a lot of people are making it. They're doing how-to, top 10, why did Trump, that kind of stuff. So my battery's about to die. This is the longest video I've ever made or posted. Like and subscribe, because I'm a content creator that is gonna dance, and then also post, I guess, like advice about life, because when I dance, I feel so alive and ready to give life advice, right? Do you guys feel that? Or is that just my craziness? That I have craziness that's inside, and it's working in my life, which is, I'm not in jail, and it's working. And you don't need the crazy, you just need the belief. The belief is led to the crazy. No, the crazy is led to the belief. Because once you are crazy and you are like, oh, being crazy is actually unique. And most people aren't able to do the crazy. Only I can crazy. Once you see success being the crazy for a couple years, you're like, oh, even the crazy is teachable. That's actually the most important part of success. And it's hard to do a top 10 video in 10 minutes about how to be crazy unless you just sit on camera and be crazy and let people go, oh, I relate to that crazy. That's my kind of crazy. That's my crazy niche. So how do I learn from this? You probably already have. You just don't know it. So watch it again tomorrow before you go to sleep. I'm trying to get monetized. I haven't posted in a long time. I have 1,000 subscribers that don't know who I am. I don't want to make a new YouTube channel because I just need watch time. So, big, long, 55-minute video coming at you right now. Hopefully you'll fall asleep, and then I get watch time.